the brand new video game movie, where every time there's a new one, the gamers across the globe hold their guts and say, please be a good one, please don't break the curse, please break the curse, because the track record for video game movies have been not good. There's been a couple of good ones for me. I really enjoyed the last Tomb Raider film. Actually, I enjoyed the first Angelina Jolie Tomb Raider film. I enjoyed Resident Evil 1 and 3. The other ones are shit. I enjoyed the first Hitman, and Warcraft wasn't that bad as well. But there hasn't been like the X-Men, there hasn't been the Avengers, there hasn't been like what it hasn't turned as the comic book movie genre has been, where we've just been getting great movies after great movies after great movies after great movies for the last 2 decades. And it's so insane. So every time there's a new video game movie, everybody's like crossing their fingers. And with Mortal Kombat being the new one, and I just saw it, I will say this: it's a win. It's absolutely a win. It is a win for a Mortal Kombat movie, though. If it was anything else, like, you would be like, there's nothing much here. There isn't anything much there. Because all this movie is essentially a kick-ass fight scene after another kick-ass fight scene with another kick-ass fight scene with another kick-ass fight scene with another kick-ass fight scene. And it happens like, there's like not much of a gap between each fight. And with movies one time of 1 hour and 50 minutes, like, your brain's thinking, okay, there might be some breather. There is a little bit of breather, but not much of them. Because the script of this movie, like, the best way to describe it is a very thin plot. That, hey, there's this tournament called Mortal Kombat, which has these champions, but you got Shao Kahn, who's the bad guy, who's, is like, if Mortal Kombat doesn't happen, or he wins, wherever, he gets to explore the 9 realms. And so he's hunting down, so he's getting these mercenaries like Sub-Zero to hunt down the champions. And meanwhile, the champions are teaming up to train for the tournament. And it is thin, simple, easy. But the problem is, there's not much character development, and the acting is pretty well done. The acting, there's not one bad performance at all. But, the characters are a bit thin. Characters do act very quickly on decisions. Like, there's like 3 moments with Cole Young, who's like the brand new character that they created for this movie. He has 3 natural decisions, but the validity of them are not there. Like, him just doing the whole thing of, like, him just, I'll just do this, or I'll make this decision, and it just feel like there's A, B, and C, and they cut out B, and there's no level of validity whatsoever. So to the point where they make certain decisions, it does kind of feel very like out there and very like just feel very out of place, or like, okay, we're doing this now. All that. KO is kind of like the same. Like, he's going to do X, Y, and Z. Like, he's the most despicable character in the movie, funny as hell. He is the comic relief. It's that weird thing, right, where he is the most despicable character, but you love him so much because he's so hilarious. But he's going to do X, Y, and Z, but because of that, there's, once again, he just does it. There isn't a validity, there isn't that sense of maybe there's a sense of why, but there isn't enough of a why to give us a natural satisfaction to it. But yeah, I mean, here's the thing, like, but with the choreography, it's pretty well done. It's a little bit quick cutty. The action's a little bit quick cutty. Like, I understand what was going on, but it is one of those movies where, like, every time there's a punch, like, there's a cut, and it's that whole thing where you're just like, why don't you just pull the camera back? Just pull the camera back just a little bit. Just, Essentially, let's make it like the game where he's just like, here's that shot. Why don't we just do that? Just a certain them. One's on the left, one's on the right, and they just fight, and we just let the camera sit for like 2 minutes. Why don't we just do that? There's a little bit of that. There's some gore, even though like there's some fatalities and some where a character does get like sawed in half. I won't lie, it does feel a little bit tame. Like, I don't know, like the last couple of days I've been watching the fatalities of the games, and you're like, Scorpion gets a sword. Yeah, gets his sword, cuts a character's face. The face slides off like butter, and the brain pops out, drops to the floor, and the tongue twitches. Sub-Zero freezes someone's neck, holds it tight, pulls the head off with the spine still attached. Like, it still does. It could be budget reasons. It could be the sense like, hey, let's see how maybe the general audience reacts to the fatalities versus the games, versus the gamers who, the fans of it, but who expect a certain thing with it. But here's the thing: do I recommend it? Yeah, unless you're a gore freak. But just be aware, it's not gonna be the greatest of stories. It's not going to win any Academy Awards. It's not going to, because it feels rushed. It feels like they're trying to get through all the characters they want to have in the movie. Don't expect much story in the movie, by the way. I'm just saying that knowing how he's basically he's the master. Him and Sub-Zero are the master of the franchise. So let's, just want to pre-warn people that. Not a flawless victory, but it's, it's a win.